Next time you're in a car with your partner, just stop the radio. Hi, my name is Dana and I own a platform called Better Topics where we regularly help hundreds of couples experience more love, joy and connection and also have a lot of fun. I've thought about starting a series where I will give you bite-sized advice pieces on how and what to do in your relationship to improve it. There are so many things you can do on a daily basis. They don't require much effort really. But if you pay attention to certain details, you will see that all this will accumulate and will improve over time your relationship. I mean, these are things that I wish I knew before I was in a relationship and even before I got married. I did learn some of them along the way, but it would have been quite useful to know this beforehand as well. And today's topic is just turn off the radio when you're in the car with your partner. I know for some of us, that might be the only time when you get to really catch up on what's happening on your socials or, text friends or something like that. But especially if you have a longer commute, why not use that time and talk with your partner? And it doesn't necessarily have to be about your feelings or relationships, especially if you're not really used to opening about those just yet. But it can be about many topics really. Let me show you the way we've done it. What is something you would like to do together over the next week?
I think I'd like to review our plan for this year because we have had many changes, so I'd like to know what we want to do this year.
Sure, that's a good thing. What was the kindest thing you've done for someone lately?
What I have done for someone else?
Yeah.
Let me think. Well, I don't know if it's the kindest thing, but something that, I've just let someone pass.
In traffic?
Yes.
That's the kindest thing you've done?
I don't know what the kindest thing is, but recently Raluca was very caught up with work, with the project that she's working on, very, very busy, and we're hiring a new marketing manager in one of my companies, and she should have had interviews this week, but she couldn't because she had too much work. So I said that I'll help by having the technical interviews.
Yeah.
So I've done that, and I hope that helps her.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What is one of my belongings you would get rid of it if I would allow you to? New answer.
Yeah. Just make sure you read it correctly next time. Okay. A new answer. One of your belongings I get rid of. Let's see. I don't know. I really don't like that thing you use to make your nails, the smelly thing. There would be an alternative for it to not smell that bad.
If there would have been an alternative, I would have used it already.
I'm sure.
Because the smell is quite intense.
It is.
But still I do my nails like once a month-ish, so...
Ish, yeah, ish is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, once in like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I think that's better.
It is. It's just that's something I'd get rid of if there would be an alternative.
Yeah. What is something from next week you're really looking forward to?
Next week? Looking forward to... Well, I'm looking forward to starting a new project that we've just gotten a new client, and I really like the project. So next week that project starts, and I'm really looking forward to that.
That's nice. Good. What is the nicest compliment you received lately?
Nicest compliment?
Something that you can share.
Obviously. I've recently received praise from my leadership team for taking feedback or taking immediate action based on their feedback. So they really liked how I reacted to their feedback and how I've taken action. So
that's great, because this way you basically encourage them to give you more feedback
Yes,
next time,
yes,
and they won't
yes.
be scared to give it. And
exactly, I keep telling them to give
Yeah.
me feedback
That's good.
whenever they have any, and I like that they actually do. So
But did it affect you, the feedback they gave you? Like, how do you, because sometimes when people give feedback, we tend to take it the wrong way and get upset about it. How
Yeah, but
do we not get upset about the feedback we get?
So we need to understand that everything affects us. There is no such thing as not being affected by something someone else says, and that's why it doesn't work when people say, "Oh, just don't put it to heart," or just don't mind, or whatever. That doesn't work, because everything someone else says, especially if we care about them, affects us. Now it is our decision how it affects us, positively or negatively. So I decided to be positively affected by what they said, by being very happy that they had the courage to give me feedback in the first place. So no matter what the contents of the feedback was, I was very happy to receive it, because this is the only way we can grow as a leadership team, and I'm very glad that that happened. So you can decide how to take it, whether it affects you positively or negatively. And so yes, it did affect me very positively.
I also think the same is true in relationships as well. Because, for example, even if you give me some feedback on certain stuff, although I don't really like it, I'm still happy you do give me feedback, and you want our relationship to improve constantly, rather than just let it slide until it becomes a big problem.
Exactly. And that's important. So whenever someone gives you feedback, instead of getting offended, like I'm not gonna use words, but like not a smart person, you can decide to grow up, be mature, and then take feedback for what it is. It's feedback. So you just say, okay, well, thank you for it, and how can I improve? What do you think I could do better?
But I do think there is an important part to giving feedback, is how you give that feedback. I've seen quite a few people that give feedback in an argumentative way, and then the person receiving the feedback feels attacked, and then they feel they need to defend themselves.
It's still the problem of the person receiving feedback. We should never point fingers. If someone gives you feedback in a way that's that you don't enjoy or like, it's still your responsibility how you react to it, right? People have this very stupid thing that they say sometimes, where I am, as a reflection of what
my
behave.
Behavior.
Yes, my behavior is a reaction of whatever you do, right?
Yeah.
Well, what are you, an animal? Can you only react? No, you can decide. You have the choice.
Yeah.
If someone's being a pain in the butt, right, or if they're annoying you for some reason, you can decide to not react and just be, act like an evolved human being, right, and not get upset or offended or anything,
or lash
right?
out,
or lash out.
call
Exactly.
names, or
Exactly. So you receive the feedback in a way you don't like, that's fine. Calmly explain that to the other person, right? Okay, what didn't you like? And so have the conversation, take what you need to take from that feedback, and then make the improvements, so that, and then ask them if you've done what they asked for, right? So if you've implemented the feedback properly, and then if they say yes, or whatever, the feedback is going, the discussion is going well, then say, okay, I'm so glad you gave me that feedback and I could implement it. Now let me please give you feedback on how you're giving feedback, right? It's always a back and forth, but it needs to stop. You cannot keep getting offended, because then the other person will stop giving you feedback, and then you as well, you will just keep getting offended and never grow up. Right? So stop getting offended. If someone gives you feedback, take it for what it is, implement the feedback, make the relationship better. You can give them feedback on how to talk to you, how to give you feedback, how to not be upset or whatever, right? So yeah, it has to stop somewhere. People to start needing to take responsibility for what they do. That way? Okay. Good. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Very good discussion, babe.
Yes, I agree.
Love you.
Love you too.
In this short clip I've showed you, we were actually using a card game for couples called Better Topics. It is a card game that I've designed together with my husband with the hopes of helping couples start interesting conversations with each other. And because the questions are designed to be repeatable, the game can be played quite regularly. We tend to play this game at home many times on our date night, and also when we are out and about in the car and just driving around, or we have to do something, and especially if the commute is slightly longer, then I just take the cards out and just choose a question and talk about that. Especially if maybe I don't have anything specific I would like to talk about, that gives us a really good nudge into starting a conversation. If you want to find out about how Better Topics card game for couple works, make sure to check out the link in the description box below. And also make sure to use this discount code on our website. Now, let me know in the comments below, how do you keep in touch with your partner throughout the day? This works perfectly, especially if you guys commute together to and from work. Even if you just have once in a while journeys together in a car, you can still apply this. Try to use that time where you are together in a car to discuss the things that would grow your relationship. Instead of discussing problems, instead of discussing other people, try to discuss your relationship together and see how you guys can grow it. Again, if you have no idea where to start with this, make sure to check out our game because it has helped so many people so far. Hundreds of people who've used it. We had amazing feedback that people loved it, and it helped them to actually open up to their partner. It helped their partner to open up to them as well because it initiated the conversation for them. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this idea? If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends.